Hey, shalom, family. This is y'all's required Caleb Israel. Y'all at this time, brothers, has to come before you once again in the great name of mighty Yah to show you the words of Yah, brothers and sisters. Yes, I present this video to you to show you the true words of Yah at this time. And our title is Israelite Heritage, Messiah Yahushua, the one they bring forth to the earth at this time, and all the other Hebrew brothers and sisters, but the various names they use, brothers and sisters. I'm here to show you what the Catholic Church has done unto you. Yes, the Christian world. I'm here to put these things out to you to show you in the text. At this time, I'm reading this from the text called the Scriptures at this time, by the Institute for Scripture Research, brothers and sisters. So I'm showing here on the bare record and give you the count of the New Testament, and then I'm going to give you the count of the book of the prophets. And you're going to see for yourself that the New Testament writing had nothing to do, or the other book, the second book, had nothing to do with the words of Yah. So I'm going to read you the words of the Messiah. I'm using the name Yahushua at this time because the Hebrew people of the day some chose to go with Yahushua, or whatever name you want to call him, Yahusha, Yahweh Shai, Yahshua, Jesus, or whoever. I had to show you the true words of Yah without prejudice, brothers and sisters. So mark the words. These are the words. So if you listen to this video with an open mind to learn, to hear the facts that I'm going to present to you, the claims of the New Testament writers, you can see they are totally different from the words of Yah. That's a fact, brothers and sisters. It cannot stand. And I'm going to show you how the world got the Hebrew people deceived. Yes, the Universal Catholic Church and their doctrine, brothers and sisters. And you're going to see for yourself the words of Yah. So I'm going to start us off in chapter 9 in the book of Hebrews. Right here, chapter 9. I'm going to get right into chapter 9. And what I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you their words. The words that they said the Messiah, that the Hebrew called the day Messiah, said. Then I'm going to show you the words of Yah. And then you got to do and see and compare the two. And make your decision what you're going to do, brothers and sisters. So I'm going to show you the words. So mark all of these words. Chapter 9, verse 19 to verse 28. I'm going to start off with right here. And it reads. And so for when according to the Torah, right here, let's get a close-up view at it. For when according to the Torah, every command had been spoken by Moshe to all the people, he took the blood of the calves and priests and water and scarlet wool with water and scarlet wool and hyssop, and sprinkled both the book itself and all the people. So keep that in mind. So what we getting into right here, we talk about a law of Yah. So we're dealing with the Torah of Yah. That's what it's all about. It's very important. In the New Testament, they claim that the law of Yah was done away with, of animal offerings for sin offering, once and for all. And that's their theme and the concept of bringing forth a Messiah that done away with that once and for all. And even out of his own mouth, he said his statement and said Yah brought him to do these things. And that's the claim that everyone have that believe these statements from the New Testament. And then we're going to go and hear the words of Yah from the prophets. But the claim they make, brothers and sisters, what we're reading now, and you see very plainly the doctrine, the teaching, and the faith of the New Testament and the Messiah. Whatever name you may call them, all have the same teaching. You can't alter this. It's marked, it's sealed, it's in the writings. That's their claim, that I'll be identified with the animal office forever because of this one that is the Messiah, Yahshua, or Yahushua, did away with this forever, the offering of his body for the sins for many. I'm going to show you, you're going to read it with me, all of their words, according to this translation and all the other translations of light. Every word might be a little different, but with the same teachings. So what I'm showing you is the law, the new law, that's what they call the New Testament, the new law of this one, and done away with what they call the old law. So this is the claim they're making. The law is done away with because of a better offering that is of a man. So keep it in mind, they say that. So I'm just reading it. They said that the offerings of Yah, of his command that he gave Moshe, wasn't sufficient. So that's what they're showing you what did. So let's go and get it. Brothers and sisters, very important. Right here, 19, verse 19. It says, for when, according to the Torah, every command has been spoken by Moshe to all the people, he took the blood of the calves. I just read that. Let's go down to 20. Saying, this is the blood of the covenant which Barah commanded you. They got Elohim, but I say Barah, the creator. And in the same way, he sprinkled with the blood both the tent and all the vessels of the service. And according to the Torah, which is the law, almost all is cleansed with blood, and without the shedding of blood, there is no forgiveness. It was necessary then that the copies of the heavenly ones should be cleansed with these, but heavenly ones themselves with a better slaughter offering than these. You get that? For the Messiah was not entered into a set apart place made by hand, figures of the true, but into the heaven itself, now to appear in the presence of Barah on our behalf. And this is their claim. So we're going over all their statements, all of their claims they make concerning this Messiah. It's very important, brother, since I dropped my pen. Bear with me. So, everybody, if you please, if you hear this video with an open mind towards Yah, and read the words as it is, and stop, and don't try to add nothing to it. So, these are their statements. Going over all their statements, their claims. So let's get it. And not that I'm looking at my notes, make sure I'm going to 28, I'm on 25. Okay, say, not that he should offer himself often as the high priest entered into the set apart place year by year with blood, not his own, but they're talking about the animal blood, not his own, once every year. But they say he did it once and for all, 26, for if so, he would have had to suffer often since the foundation of the world. But now he has appeared once for all at the end of the age to put away sin. The end of the age has not come yet, but it said he appeared once and for all for the end of the age to put away sin by the offering of himself. And as it awaits men to die once, and after this judgment. So also the Messiah, having been offered once to bear the sins of many, you got that? So they're saying, they made a claim, he offered once to bear the sins of many, shall appear a second time apart from sin to those waiting for him unto delivered. They went unto him unto deliverance. So you're waiting for this one that is apart from sin, that he offered himself once and for all for sin, for many, not for all, but for many. So chapter 10 of Hebrews read, for the Torah having a shadow of the good matter to come, they're talking about the law, and not the image itself of the matters, was never able to make perfect those who draw near with the same slaughter. So they said the laws of Yah concerning animal offerings were not perfect. See, it was not able. It was never able to make perfect those who draw near with the same slaughter offering which they offer continuously year by year. It's an otherwise. So this otherwise would have not have ceased. See this? So they're saying it would not have ceased. So they're saying it ceased. They're giving you a reason why it ceased, because it wasn't perfect year by year to make anyone clean. So let's keep reading. I'm sure to be offered, because those who serve once cleansed will have had no more conscious of sins. But in those offerings is a remembrance of sin year by year. So for it is impossible for the blood of bulls and goats to take away sin. You see that? So remember that statement. It says impossible. See, it says, for it is impossible for blood of bulls and goats to take away sins. As they therefore coming into the world, he say, slaughtering and meal offerings you did not desire. So he said, Yahushua said, the slaughters and meal offerings I did not desire, but a body you have prepared for me. It's an ascending offering and offerings for sin you did not delight. So he said, I did not delight any offerings for sin animals. He said, then I said, see, I come. In the roll of the book, it has been written concerning me to do your desire, O Bara. You get that? Say above slaughtering and meal offerings and ascending offerings and offerings for sin you did not desire nor delight in. So he said, I did not delight in the sin offerings of the animals which are offered as according to the Torah. Says it. Now it was offered according to our law, but he did not delight in these things, and that's what they're saying right there, brothers and sisters. Let's keep reading. Let me see y'all, make sure I don't go over. That's 10. I'm going down to 10 and verse, okay, to 21. That's my daughter making that noise. In verse 10, right here, it says, by that desire we have been set apart through the offerings of the body of Yahushua, the Messiah, once and for all. So it's an offering. So they said once and for all, been set apart because of his body, his offering. Verse 11 reads, and indeed, every priest stands day by day doing service and repeatedly offering the same slaughter offerings, which are never able to take away sins. See, so they say the offering was never able to take away sins. So we're going over all of their words. But he having offered one slaughter, offering for sins for all times. See, this is for all times, set down at the right hand of Bara, who's the creator, waiting from that time onward until his enemies are made his footstool for his feet. See, right there, the table, he's sitting at the right hand of the Father, waiting for the enemies to be made subject unto him. But they never tell you about the Hebrew people went away into captivity for punishment. And then when I get into the prophecy, you're going to know why. But the only thing they made a claim that RBI did not like the animal offerings, because they said it was never able to make one perfect. That's their claim. And this is what all the Hebrews that accept this teaching, when you hear the words of Yah, you're going to see why you hate the name of Yah. Why you defile the name of Yah and you are defiled. You're going to see that, brothers and sisters. But first, let's finish their words. So right here, verse 13 reads, waiting from that time onward until his enemies are made a footstool for his feet. It says, for by one offering he has perfected for all time those who are being set apart. And the set apart spirit also witnessed to us, for after having said before, this is the covenant that I shall make with them after those days, says Yah, give me my law into their hearts, and in their minds I shall write them, and their sins and their lawlessness I shall remember no more. See, right there, they're quoting you something from a prophecy that never took place yet. But they inserted a true prophecies of Yah, of what the rest of what they put in red did. concerning the Messiah. So let's get it. So now, where there is forgiveness of these, there is no longer a slaughter offering for sin. You get that? So, brother, having boldness to enter into the set apart place by the blood of Yahushua. You get that? So they say, yeah, you have boldness, you can enter into the set apart of Yah by the blood of Yahushua. So keep that in mind. By a new and living way which he instituted. See, now he said, now he instituted this. Y'all didn't see, this is the new covenant, the new and living way, the new offering. This is a new law. That's a law. And we're going to get into what Abiyah say about following a law not of his. But this a new law. It says, look, by a new and living way which he instituted for us. See? Through the veil that is his body, his flesh. And having a high priest over the house of Barak. So this all it claimed with verse 26 right here. For if we sin purposely after we have received the knowledge of the truth, no longer remains a slaughter offering for sins. So keep that in mind, brothers and sisters. So rehearse all these words right here, brothers. So now you see the New Testament say the laws of the animal offering is totally done away with because of Yahushua the Messiah. You heard the words of Yahushua Messiah claims. He said, for if we sin purposely after we have received the knowledge of the truth, there no longer remain a slaughter offering for sin. So keep all these things in mind. Brothers, so it's very important that you remember these statements. It's very important, brothers and sisters. All the claims and how they said Abiyah laws is done away with. I want to go back to one point, Paul, right here. Let me find it real quick. Not forsaking the assembly ourselves to, okay, 21. And having the high priest, okay, right here. Let's get this real quick. 20, verse 20 in chapter 10. So, brother, no, not right there, 20. By a new and living way which he instituted for us through the veil that is his flesh. So it's a new living way it been instituted. A new law. And the Abiyah laws is done away with. That's the New Testament. So now we're going to go to the prophet Ezekiel. I want to cover something which it shows in chapter 20, verse 18 and 19. That is very important at this time. I must rehearse at this time before your hearing. I'm doing this video for the second time because my last video wasn't saved. So I had to redo it all over again, brother, so it hurt so bad. Because so much information I put out is not in this video. But you can see the most important part. So now we know we're dealing with a law of Yah that the New Testament said was stopped. And they give the reason why, because it said the old law of Yah, they called it the old law of Yah, wasn't sufficient enough to bring about forgiveness of sins. And so we're going to see now that is further from the truth, brothers. So you're going to know them is not our words. The whole story was made up. So with that, chapter 20, verse, at this time, 18 to 19, and it reads, let me get there. And I said to their children in the wilderness, do not walk in the laws of your fathers, nor observe their rulings, nor defile yourselves with their idols. You get that, brothers and sisters? I am Yah, your Barah. Walk in my laws and guard my right rulings and do them. You keep that in mind, brothers and sisters. Now you saw in the New Testament that the Catholic Church wrote that Yahushua, the Messiah, said, that's the fictional Messiah, said, the new institution of a new offering once and for all to take away the sins of many. You see that? I read it to you. I pointed it out to you. You can't deny it. It's all marked. It's all sealed by their handwritings. Yah told our ancestors in the wilderness, do not walk in the law of their fathers. And now you can see where you stand, brother and sister. Will you walk, once you understand the words, see the words of Yah revealed to your eyes about his law, and that his law never stopped. And then you're going to learn why Yah stopped the law. It had nothing to do bringing in a better covenant, bringing it in a new way. See, that was what the Catholic Church brought to you. It's a new way. It's a new way of doing things. Yah changed it. And at this time, I'm going to turn it to Malachi, the prophet, brothers and sisters. It's very important. This video might be shorter than the other one, but everything is very important, brothers and sisters. I pray that you share this with other brothers, that their eyes may be open to our truth, and that you read and listen to this video with an open mind and a heart towards Yah. That's the most important, brothers. So then you can receive Yah. We all must submit to Him and be ready to learn from Him, and be ready to learn from the ones He chooses to reveal this to you, brothers. Says that's the most important thing. You got to be able to accept this from your lowly brother. I'm just showing you, brothers and sisters, and I read to you, not changing their words in any way. I read to you from word to word, the words of the mouth of Yahushua, the Messiah, from the Christian doctrine. So let me finish off, brothers and sisters. Chapter 1 in Malachi, verse 6 to 14 reads, let me get there and find my space. A son esteemed his father, and a servant his master. If I am your father, where is my esteem? If I am a master, where is my fear? Saith Yah of hosts to you, priests, who despise my name, but you ask, in what way have we despised your name? You are presenting defiled food on my slaughter place. You see what that was? Now you begin to understand why y'all stopped the offerings. Because of defilement. It had nothing to do the whole time with it's bringing in a new, better way. It's no new, better way. Y'all was perfect. You think y'all would give away and call it a law and it's not perfect? You know, y'all scripture tell you that. Y'all is perfect, able to convert the whole person, making the simple ones wise. It said, you are, see the subtleness of the crafty men, liars, that brought forth this to the mind, and that teaching go out, that new way they say is better. But so you are presenting defiled food on my slaughter place. But you ask, in what way have we defiled you? Because you say the table of Yah is despicable. And when you present the blood as an offering, see how it present the blood? You don't present no blood as an offering. But that's what they did. Is it not evil? And when you presented the lame, see the lame animal and sick animal, is it not evil? Yes. Because I always say bring a perfect one. You see that. It said, and bring it then to your governors. Would he be pleased with you? That's a question. Will he accept you favorably? That's a question. Said Yah of hosts. And now, entreat the face of Barak to show favor to us. This has been done by your hands. Would he show favor to you, saith Yah of hosts? Who among you who would shut the doors so that you will not kindle fire on my slaughter place for naught? I have no pleasure in you, saith Yah of hosts, nor do I accept an offering from you, from your hands. See, these are the words of Yah, brothers and sisters. Let me keep reading. For from the rising of the sun even to it going down, my name is great among the nations, and in every place incense is presented to my name, and a clean offering, for my name is great among the nations, said Yah of hosts. But you are profaning me, in that you say the table of Yah is defiled, and its food is despicable. And you said, oh, what weariness, and you snared at it, saith Yah of hosts, and you brought in plunder, stolen, and the lame, see, the crippled, and sick animals, thus you have brought in the offerings. Should I accept this from your hand, saith Yah? But cursed be the deceiver who has a male in his flock and makes a vow, but excuse me, let me make sure, but is, let me go back, but is slaughtering to Yah what is blemish. See, with something, but slaughtering a defect. They make a vow to bring a clean one, an undefiled one, but they bring in a blemished one with defects. For I am a great sovereign, saith Yah of hosts, and my name is feared among the nations. So right there it shows you, that's just some of the laws they broke. But I'm dealing with the law at this time of the sin offering, and why the altar became defiled, the land became defiled, the people became defiled because of the abominable acts. They would bring in their own law. And that's why now you can see, as I go back to Ezekiel chapter 43, you can see in Ezekiel chapter 43, it talks about, brothers and sisters, chapter 40 to the end of Ezekiel talk about the third temple, the next temple that can be built, a future prophecy. It shows you, I turn the page in Ezekiel, how the animal offering is going to be reinstated. But first the process, the altar must be atoned for, the priest. And then the people will be accepted before Yah. Because our ancestors left that land and the altar in the temple in the defiled state before it got destroyed. But by the example I just showed you right there of offering lame and sick animals, defiled animal with defect. They promised to bring a clean one, but only brought the detestable things to Yah. That's how bad it got in that land, brother and sister, and how badly our people profaned their name. And that's why I tell my brother and sister today, when you take on that teaching and keep that teaching, you profane the name of Yah and your self, and you practice a law, just like your father did, that is not of Yah. But worse than your father, because they didn't even practice that law. This is a new Elohim, a new El, a new idol. See, this was the new idol that was in prophecy that it said that people were going to serve. And a new law. Why do you think they call it the New Testament? It's a new law. That's not even all of Yah's laws. I'm going to show you the same law of Yah is forever. And it's perfect to take away the sins of all Yah people. And this is a prophecy that yet to be took place. Brother and sister, chapter 43, verse 47, I'm going to start off with it at this time, and it reads, and the esteem of Yah came into the house by the way of the gate facing east. And the Spirit took me up and brought me into the inner courtyard, and see, the esteem of Yah filled the house. And I heard someone speaking to me from the house while a man stood beside me, and he said unto me, Son of man, this is the place of my throne, his seat, and the place of the sole of my feet, when I dwell in the midst of the children of Israel, Yah, forever. And the house of Israel, Yah, shall no longer defile my set apart name, they nor their sovereigns, by their whoring and by their corpse of their sovereigns on their high places. So keep that in mind. I'll be showing it right there as I go over the same chapter 43 to verse 8, how we're not going to defile his name no more when his third temple be built. So in verse 18, I'm going to read down to 27. Verse 18 right here reads. Let me find my place, brothers and sisters. Give me a moment. And he said unto me, Son of man, thus said the Master Yah, these are the laws for the slaughter place. See the altar, the slaughter place. On the day when it is made, for the offering, ascending offerings on it, and for the sprinkle of blood on it. And you shall give a young bull for a sin offering. You see that?